I didn't go to work today. Besides that, hold on. Rocky's looking at something. Looking at a bird. I don't know if you can see it. He's trying to follow that bird. But pretty much, I didn't go to work. Won't be going to work tomorrow because the van. All right, so I go out today to the van. I check all my fluids every morning. Even if it was a brand new car, I'd still check my fluids. My, coolant to tranny to I've noticed some of the newer cars don't even have tranny dipstick, but that's the point. My oil, all that stuff. Especially an older car, which this is an 05 Dodge Grand Caravan SXT. So I'm gonna check the freaking, all the fluids. And I go to check the radiator and the coolant level. I ain't seeing in the actual radiator. If you don't know what I mean, some cars have just a reservoir, a little plastic reservoir that goes to the radiator, and there's no radiator cap. On other cars, all the cars that I've had except for a Chevy Cruze, that's the only car that ever had that reservoir. All the other cars that I've ever had a radiator cap on the radiator, which you can take off, put radiator fluid, or not radiator fluid, but coolant in it. Well, I didn't see any, so I went up and got my fiance just to make sure I wasn't tripping. And she looked at it and she's like, yeah, there is none. And so she called her parents, because her dad's like a big mechanic. I'm a basic mechanic. I know the basic stuff. I don't know everything. And he told us to start pouring a little bit of water or coolant in there, so we did. We didn't pour a whole bunch. I would say about a cup we poured in there, roughly. I could be wrong on that because I didn't really measure it, but it wasn't too much. But I'm not taking that risk of driving 30 miles up to my job, 30 miles back, and in that 60 miles, end up car overheating. I'm not doing that because I've done it before. I remember one time, pretty much long story short, I go up to work in this black Honda Civic that had 200,000 miles on it, and went up to work, started leaking coolant, and my car started overheating. Eventually, I get up to work, and when I do, I get my radiator changed. Change it all out. My dad helps me and all that stuff. And drive it back to the room. Nope. Started leaking again. I don't know why. I think I possibly blew a head gasket. And so that took me from 3:30 to about 3 a.m. just to get home. And it was about an hour drive. So, yeah. But pretty much, I didn't go today because I wasn't going to test that out. I don't have AAA. So, if I had AAA, it'd be a bit of a different story because it wouldn't really matter. But I don't. So, I just had to deal with it. Tomorrow, I wasn't able to get the car into the shop so they could test it out, see what's going on. I'm guessing that there's a super small leak. It's just I don't know where it is. And if there is, there's a chance if I drive it, it could stay that small leak and be good until I can fix it. But at the same time, there's that other chance of if I keep driving it, that leak will become bigger and bigger, and then eventually just make us fucked, if that makes sense. So tomorrow they said that they were able to check out the car or the van. So we're gonna bring it in tomorrow around 10 a.m. I think, and let them check it out, see what's going on, see if they can find the leak, and hopefully everything's good because, this is my only vehicle. And yeah, technically I could go move in with my dad and, you know, get up to work through that way, but my fiance can't come. Rocky can't come. So there's that. So that's the only hope that I can get. I mean, unless we just say fuck it and move to Florida and just move in with her family. But like I said, the only way we can get there is if we have money, because the car is messed up. You know what I mean? Like I said, everything figures out. I mean, I've had so much trouble with cars over the last 4 years. It's not even freaking funny. It's crazy how much trouble I've had with cars. Like, for instance, I had what was it? I wrecked my 2007 Honda Civic, totaled it out. Eventually got another car, and then got rid of that, and eventually we got the black Honda Civic from my parents because it was just sitting around and they had no use for it. So they gave me the black Honda. That blew up on me, as I said earlier. And then I traded that in to get another car. The dealership, since I don't have the best credit and all that crap, the dealership gave me a, what was it? Oh yeah, 2014, I think, Chevy Cruze. But at that time, I guess the bank backed out of the deal or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. So that's what the story that they gave us. How true that is, I don't know. I just know that this dealership was a bit shady. So yeah. So eventually they take back that car and they give us two options. And that was a 2010 Nissan Altima 3.5 SR or like a 2010 Honda Accord. But when I said I want the Accord, they went back and talked to the supervisor or whatever, and they come to find out somebody traded it in with a blown engine. So that was a no-go. So I get a freaking that Altima. That lasted me a couple weeks before, I mean, they gave it to me with no AC, so there's no AC running in it. The little tiny window in the back seat, like, come here, Rocky. Like, you can see right over here. I'll show you, because there's an Altima right here. But pretty much this window. Come here, Rocky. This little window right here, it was busted out. And whoever had it before, come on, Rocky, they didn't really fix it. They just put some duct tape on a piece of plastic and then put the plastic inside of the window. That's all they did. And eventually the alternator went out in that car not long after we got it. I missed like 2-3 weeks of work because of that. And then some things with the radiator hose blew a couple times on that. Radiator blew. What else? I think that's it. Other than having to spend a whole bunch of money on ballasts and $100 freaking HID lights for the freaking car, because the 3.5 SR Altima has a stock ballast on the headlight that comes with the car, not like, you know, not like an aftermarket or nothing. And the bulb for the freaking car was like $100, and I had to get a new ballast. But like I said, eventually that thing blew up on me. Like, I remember I was going up to work one day, and then it just started acting like having no power to it or nothing. And we brought it to the shop, and they said that, yeah, we can fix it now, but it's a matter of time before a whole bunch of other problems start with the car, and it's pretty much not worth the money to fix it. So eventually I let the freaking car place just repo it. I didn't care at that time, because why am I gonna make car payments on a car that I'm not keeping? You know, I'm not gonna fix it because they gave me a shit car. And so I pretty much just dropped it off over there and let them keep it. So they took the car back. And that's when we got the van. And like I said, about a couple weeks after we got the van, the water pump, I believe, I don't know, it was either a couple weeks or a couple months after we got the van, the water pump went out. But I mean, the car has been good to us. I mean, other than like I said earlier, other than the water pump, the only other thing that's gone wrong on this van was the alternator, and that's it. Yeah, we had to get a new battery, but that's no biggie. But it's just like, I've had luck with cars ever since I got rid of totaled my freaking 07 Honda Civic, which I love that car. I've had shit luck with it. So it is what it is. Not much I can really do about it. I'm not going to work tomorrow, like I said, because they're going to look at it, see what happens, and we'll see from there. I don't know what's going to happen.